Hi, what a very good question that is. How do we become real? And the first question there is, why is that an issue? Why do we ever become unreal? And of course, the answer to that is we become unreal when we become disconnected from our world, when we become disconnected from ourselves, when we become disconnected from our body and we don't feel like we are embodied, we become disembodied, we become alienated, we become out of touch with our reality. How does it happen? Oh, in so many different ways. And as always, I look at it at many different dimensions. So for me, unreality always happens when we become cut off from our belonging to our own body, to the things in this world, to the bodies of other people, to the cosmos, nature. And how we become real again is by reconnecting to nature, to our own body, to the bodies of other people, and to the things in this world, which is really to re-engage with the physical world that we own, that we have, that is our own being in the world, and also that physical world with other people. But it isn't just about that, obviously. This happens in a social way too. So if we find ourselves out of touch with the people that mean a lot to us around us, and we find ourselves having different views to the views they have, and we feel ourselves condemned or judged by them, then it becomes very difficult to feel real unless we find new people that have the same sort of ideas as we have and that we can fit in with better. So that's really important, that we don't let ourselves be put out by disagreement with other people, but that we trust ourselves enough to go and find the people that we do belong with and that we do feel close to and that we feel validated by, approved by, appreciated by, valued by. That is one of the ways in which we become socially real again, to feel we have a contribution to make, that our way of living, our way of caring for people, our way of working in the world, of playing our role, playing our part in the world, is of value to those around us. It gives us a sense of inner worth, and that inner worth makes it possible to connect to other people and to trust them and to feel trusted by them. And of course it is really very important to feel trusted by other people, otherwise we become isolated and alone. So if we are cut off from our own bodies and the physical world around us, and we don't trust and feel not trusted by the people around us, it becomes very difficult to shoot down roots, to feel good about ourselves and to feel rooted into the world. And to feel rooted into the world is to be able to take action, to see results, to feel that we're having an effect on the world, and therefore to feel we're alive and that our aliveness is a good thing in the world rather than a waste of space. So work on your physical presence in the world, work on you loving your own body, the things around you, make sure you look after them, make sure you look after your body, make sure you're caring about the physical world around you as much as you can, and that you connect as much as possible in positive ways to the physical world around you. That you breathe in the good air, that you hug the trees, that you go on the walk, that you feel the wind in your hair, that you soak up the sun when possible, that you basically feel that the physical, biological world is there to support you and is in union with you. And then make sure you are with people who can appreciate you, care for you, like you, and learn to love you. Love is, of course, a very slow process. It comes out of long, liking, loving relationships with other people, where we show that we're reliable, that we're trustworthy, and that we care for others. And the more we care, the more we're cared for. And of course, we can only do that genuinely if we really connect with people and if we have values in common. So it is important to find yourself with people that are kind, with people that you feel you can trust and appreciate and are worth your effort to do the loving thing towards them. And then of course there's the personal dimension. How do we learn to feel real in ourselves? Well, that is to spend time being true to ourselves and discovering how in our work in the physical world and with other people we emerge for qualities we have, talents we have, and then develop those and start to appreciate ourselves for that. And it is important that we have that kind of trusting, appreciative relationship with ourselves in order to feel really like a real person in the world. It's not sufficient to please other people or to just do things so that others will like us. We've got to do it because we feel strong and we feel good and we feel valid in our own right, and we're willing to use that goodness to be true to ourselves and to make the most of what we've got. And then of course there's the ultimate thing of how does all this fit together? Where do we belong in the world? What is it all for? What is the meaning of it all? How do we make sense of it? How do we live a meaningful life? And the more we can connect to a system of meaning that makes sense to us, and the better we will feel. And it is not sufficient to just feel that, we have to do it too. So we have to practice those good values, we have to practice our kindness, our generosity, our tolerance, our patience, our caring nature. We have to practice all those good values that make sense of the world as it is. And the more we do that, and the more we get reciprocation with other people, the more they start doing this with us too. And the more we get inserted into a way of living that feels good and that feels right and that feels meaningful and that feels true. And the truer we can be, the more connected we become, and the more connected we become, the more vital we become, because the more the flow of all those different dimensions fits together, and the better it feels, and the more we just know in our bones that we are real, and that life can be good, and that it is worth working for and making better still. So I hope you will keep doing that, my friend, and that it feels good, and that you become more real and more true to everything that matters to you in your life. Take good care.